It's good morning tomorrow and good night here in Pope Valley. My birds are going to sleep. I want to talk to you a little bit about thanking you for what you're doing for us. We really appreciate it. And also a story. I think that every Wednesday morning I'd like to offer you a story from the field or from one of our animals so you can get an idea of what it's like to be there because it's so different. So this is the story of Lazarus. Lazarus is a Moluccan cockatoo. We were in Sarum in 2005, Stuart and I, and to do work, and they brought in a confiscation, and they put a bunch of birds that were like dying or dead in a pile. And I walked up to that pile, and I realized he was still breathing. It's like, oh my God, is it Stuart? We got to get him. So we took him, and we wrapped him in a towel, and we put him in a bucket. We gave him some water. I kept falling over. But eventually he got a little bit stronger, and we named him Lazarus because he came back from the dead. We took care of him that day. We held him a lot. We just did what we could, and didn't think he'd make it through the night. But the next morning he woke up. We woke up. His eyes were bright. He was there. He was still with us. And God, it was like, wow. So he spent the day with us, and he stood up, he bounced around like a little cockatoo might do, he ate what he could, and he had joy. He'd never had joy. He'd been in the home of a Chinese trafficker. They usually take the birds while they're still babies. They don't get any care, they get terrible feeding, and he was being tortured. So it was great to see that joy in him. So that night, we decided that because he'd never been around his family, we would hold him to our heart. Stuart did it, and then I did it, and I held him to my heart, and I slept with him, sleeping on my heart. And he became very peaceful. It was like his first time feeling love. And he died. He died in my arms. But it was okay, because what happened at this moment, it was a changing point in our life, that we too can make a difference, even in the lives of these birds. And as scientists, we had to do a necropsy. And we did it, and it was horrible. The poor thing had been eating nothing but wood and paint chips and shit like that. It was in his proventriculus and his ventriculus, and he would have died. And he was doomed to die. But by holding him and giving him heart, he died peacefully. And I relish that, and I believe that we should try to do this for all birds. So I won't tell you sad stories all the time, but this one really was a life game changer for myself and Stuart. So I love you. Please do what you can. We do need money for the birds, and good morning from Pope Valley. Bye.